You know what it is? Oh Free Wheels Interview, where legends are made. What's up, everybody? I'm here with an album review with the True Sons, who you've probably seen in previous videos, and it's an honour for them to come out today. I almost was about to quit this interview stuff, but then Tip hit me up and asked me if if I would like to do an album review, and then that made me think, oh, maybe people do love what I do. So I thank Tip for that, because I was almost gonna throw it out for this interview thing out, but it's all good. But I am gonna expand and try and interview different types of people in different areas of that, because then that way I'll be able to get more interviews in there. So, how you been, fellas?
Yeah, been good, brother. Just thought before we start, they would hook you up with some True Sons merch. Yeah, so yeah.
So I appreciate that, bro.
That's one of them. We got a variety of merchandise available on Print Mighty, but the bro will tag our shop on the interview, I'm hoping.
How you been, Dallas?
Been good. Been got this album out of the way. We've just been chilling a bit, having a bit of get back into the grind of life, and a bit of self time, and probably be the same over the Christmas period, and then we'll get back into some more projects. So, yeah.
What does walking in our greatness mean to you?
I think it's walking in the life that we're actually living, and yeah, like with home and work and being in the community and being proud of what we're a part of and what we do. That's my interpretation of walking in our greatness, because for so many years I was walking in my slackness, walking in my dysfunction and insecurity, and that's what walking in our greatness. We believe in our own greatness, or I do, and I know the brother does. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a self-belief of the life you're living, life you're walking in, and I guess for me, what comes to mind is what qualifies you for that greatness, and it's all that qualifies you for that walking in your greatness is in you, the listener, is to believe that you are walking in your greatness, and when you believe that, then you start to make the rest of your life accommodate that belief. So walking in our greatness is one, something that we believe we're doing, walking, living, breathing, and two, hopefully it's an inspiration for you, the listener, to take up that same mentality.
Well, it feels inspirational to me, brother. So, yeah. So, you're just talking about walking and stuff. There's another question. It's not really to do with the album, but I thought I'd ask, because I've seen on your Facebook posts and stuff like that. How powerful did you feel doing the Hope Walk?
Yeah, it's a good question. Firstly, it's an honour to be a part of it, I guess, because that's exactly those are exactly the kind of areas we want our music to be a part of. And the Hope Walk, yeah, I love the name Hope Walk, because for me, and my understanding is we stand out for suicide is the reason for the Hope Walk, and hope is the antidote to suicide. People that commit suicide are people who have a lack of hope or something greater ahead in their life, or lack of a reason to live. So for us being a part of the Hope Walk, it was a chance to be a part of the solution to the suicide problem that we have in our nation.
Pretty much the same thing, and yeah, he's right. Our scene is the community events, not so much the nightclub and pubs. Although, I mean, like you have to want to do those things to get a name established, eh? But 2025, I think we will be aiming more towards community events, and the Hope Walk thing was awesome. Like, shout out to the brother Jason Tata, and because he was the one that sort of put us on for that, and when we performed, we brought the crowd to life. You know what I mean? And we're forever grateful for having the opportunity, because that's all it ever is. Whānau is an opportunity. And what does your music resonate with people? And for us, our music resonates with community events and seeing our own potential, and hopefully being able to encourage others who haven't got that to get some of it, you know? So, yeah.
To be honest, bro, that's a beautiful thing. I didn't really know too much about the whole book, but that's actually sounds like a good cause, But, it's good to see people, putting in for their community and all that, just, we can't just sit here and do nothing about it, but, things are going to be done to improve the suicide in New Zealand and stuff like that. And, it's a very serious matter what needs to be fixed. And, yeah. So the next question I was going to say, what song on your album do people resonate with the most?
It's a hard one to answer at the moment, bro, because it's only been out since October the 25th, right?
Oh, sure.
I mean, it's not even been a couple of months, and sometimes albums and music takes a bit of time to mature into the wider range of audience, because we haven't pushed out any boosts. We want to put it on NZ Recorded and APRA, but there's a bit of technical difficulties at the moment to do it. So once that happens, we'll bring it another life of more reach of people.
What difficulties are they having at the moment?
Oh, well, we're having technical difficulties with the laptop, so I mean, it was, yeah. So, but we want to, because we only put it on distro, that doesn't mean that your music's put onto the top 40 New Zealand charts. You actually have to go through a process to put it on Recorded NZ, and then you have to put it through APRA as well if you want the maximum push with it. Just because you bring out music on YouTube doesn't mean it's going to be charted. But the people that I've talked to, a lot of people talk that I've asked, what's your favourite song? A few people will say Jeremiah 1:5, and a couple of bros said Raise Up and Stand Up. But it's hard to tell only after a couple of months. Well, what's our go-to, what resonates with people? I think you have to give an album at least 1 year, 12 months, until you get the true extent of what people like.
So what each song, what are they about?
Because each song has a unique message in it, I suppose. One song that came to mind when you asked that first question was Glory. Last time I checked on one of the platforms, it was the most played song. And that song was, it had like a hype vibe to it, is probably the best way I could put it. And it was about, believing in, it's kind of like the album name, Walking in Greatness, believing in your own greatness, but showing that outwardly. So glory is in being glorious, you being in a glorious figure. And that was the idea of the song. So it was about, I'm walking in that, I'm walking in my own glory, and for us being Christians, believers of God, if I believe I'm walking in my glory, I'm doing it to glorify Him. So that's what the essence of that song was. If I go to Jeremiah 1:5, it's another faith-related one, I guess. That Jeremiah 1:5 is a Bible verse which says, "Before you were formed in the womb, I knew you." So for me, that sums up, man, I'm special. That means you're special. And so the whole song was just coming to, was for me, in my verse anyway, was talking in a place where I didn't believe in myself, didn't believe I could be anything, and then coming to the understanding that actually I was special and I can be something, and then how good does that feel once you realise that? It's amazing. So that's just a couple of the songs we're about. So yeah.
So can you tell us what was the most challenging track on the album?
I don't know if this was the most challenging, but it's the first challenge that comes to mind was the the remix song, trying to get that hook right, eh? That,
Oh.
that was frustrating. It was like we did it how many times, and it was like the hook just wasn't hitting right, and then and after a while I was like, oh, Tip, you got to do it. It was the only way, and it just once he did it, it just clicked. Another one actually, I think, was Stand Up. We redid it once or twice. It was, yeah, we redid the whole song. That song was actually originally recorded like 2 or 3 years ago, and then we listened to it, and we just felt like we have more experience now than what we were then. So we decided to re-record it, and it came with the issues of just, frustrating. It's harder to redo a song that you've already kind of done than it is to write a whole new song. That's my experience with music. So, yeah.
I felt with that 03 to the 4010 was a bit of a letdown in regards to sound quality, and the bro knows why as well. Like, a lot of the tracks, it's a learning thing for both of us, because you listen to like commercial artists and they got all their plugins and they've got all the toys, right, to make it sound right. We've only got a certain amount of limited tools we can use, right? But that one song annoyed me because we put in a lot of effort and to get the bro to feature on it, to change the hook, to do some different with the beat, and then when it come down to the final product, it was like it wasn't loud enough, you know what I mean? Like, but it annoyed me personally, because I want to listen to quality, clean stuff, and some of the songs, to be honest, it wasn't that, but we can learn from that. So the next one is definitely going to be, if it takes a whole year to do an album, bro, it's going to take a whole year.
I'll speak to what happened in that song. For my producers out there, they'll understand. So it was a remix. We took the beat. I added some harder kicking drums on it, and then we mixed it, mastered it, and in the mixing mastering process, I looked at the waveforms and did the hard limiter, made them sit right. But what I didn't realize or understand at the time was what was hitting near the peaks was just the drums and nothing else. So what needed to happen was I needed to bring the rest of the song to fill it a bit and bring the drums down a little bit. Didn't notice it until it was put on Spotify, and unfortunately the week of our album dropping, my laptop crashed and it still hasn't been fixed, so I haven't been able to fix it. So that's why it's still sitting like that.
Yeah, and like I say, we put a lot of effort to holler at the bro to feature, and it was his first paid feature as well. So I'd like to say, we can do better. I know we can, and I think that track in particular needs to be actually remastered, remixed, and re-put out there, because it didn't really give it justice. The bro had a little bit of a video clip, and for his verse. And I think that me and the bro should do a bit of a video clip for that verse or that whole bloody song, to be honest, just to bring it back. Because that was one of my favourite tracks of the album, was that, until that. But that's just been perfectionist with it, I guess. But yeah, thought I'd get that off my chest.
So that track, Spiritual Warfare, what is the solution to stopping the war outside?
Well, there's a physical war and a spiritual war. The spiritual war, in my understanding of it, is that ideologies of different beliefs, different systems, different kaupapus out there that are all trying to speak their way of beliefs and on others, right? And to stop the war out there, well, the first thing you need to do, in my opinion, is that you need to fix what's going on in your spiritual warfare with yourself. No use trying to have a solution for the spiritual of the war out there if you're still struggling at home with addictions, with insecurity and rejection and all of that stuff. So too many people out there, in my humble opinion, always want to try fix everyone else's problems, yet they close behind their doors and they've got problems of their own, and to me, the only way you can fix that is actually you've got to look in yourself in the mirror and acknowledge where you're going wrong and be around people that have actually sorted out their rubbish. Eh?
The lyrics to that song on the chorus is there's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. Bit of a play on the Mob Deep song, but then the verse itself was talking about internal battles that you have, and that's what we see in society is just the expression of what's happening internally with people. You get an insecure man, he's a dangerous man to his wife and kids, because an insecure man becomes controlling, aggressive, and like I say, there's similar things for depression, all kinds of dysfunctions in society. So there'll be less problems in the world if we actually dealt to our internal stuff. And some of us are just too prideful to admit we need help, admit to go help. And here's another thing that I do see out there, and I won't name names, but some people have organisations or groups that might help you with your depression, but still pat you on the back when it comes to drinking alcohol, as an example. So people go for the lesser, I guess, because I don't have to fully change, because changing is hard, and maybe not go the whole 100 miles or whatever to make the true, genuine change. So that's just another thing in society that I see as of late.
Do you have any new plans for an album in 2025?
We haven't really discussed, without previously discussing, I don't think an album would be the plan. That was a lot of work. I personally would like at least a year's break from another album, but again, nothing planned, but I'm pretty sure we'll probably put out a few singles that just can't help myself. It's too fun, too enjoyable to do music. But yeah.
I think we can ride off the 12 tracks that we've done for at least another year, at least. But we will drop something new again, relevant in 2025. But we haven't still got the grasp of the true numbers aren't out on the views because we haven't boosted it. We haven't. I believe that a lot of those tracks need to be remixed and remastered and re-put out there. But that's just my opinion.
I've got a bro who me and him are actually working on an album at the moment, and it's called Cycle, and he's really good. Like when it comes to that stuff, like he.
Dallas is good too, but we just learn from the mistakes. That's all. You know, like he isn't going to give up on that. No way. And I want to learn it too, but I know we can do better. But we're not going to stay stuck in that. It's out there now. But I think on certain tracks like 03 to 4010, it deserves to be remastered, and it actually deserves for me and him to do a video clip on that one and collab, because we see the potential in 1-3. Like he's 1-3 official. Shout out, brother. Like he's the man. Like and there was a hard verse that he put in there. But yeah, I think that for next year, this is just my opinion, that we would be more like, because we've established ourselves now as artists, that it would be awesome for us if people hollered out at us if they want to feature, if we want to feature on their tracks, you know. Because now we've got a body of work or a reference of work that people can judge and whatever about. And actually, I think we got into that status now of, well, we can feature with your track. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I'm actually thinking about trying to get you on my album on a song on a feature, because since I've been on your album, it'd be cool for you to be on my album.
There you go. That's the first feature, Whānau 2025. Big Joe featuring True Sons.
But I've got about on the album at the moment, I've got about 6 songs so far, and like each song, bro, like it's on a different level. Like I'm getting really good at the melodies. Like the album drops, people's jaw is gonna fall off.
Well, that's us. First feature. Big Joe, you heard it here. Featuring True Sons. Let's go.
Check the artist. Every song he mixes, it turns to gold. Yep. That's how good he is. Like every good song I've actually had. Sorry to the other producers, like use it really good too. But check the artist when he mixes the music together. It's it's a hit right there.
Yeah, he's mixed a couple of lucids, right?
Yeah. But like me and him went back in the day, like back in 2017. He helped me work on my first ever EP, and that was called The Wheelchair Rapper.
That's right, you're a veteran rapper,
Yeah, I've been doing it since. I've actually been rapping for about 17 years, but for about 10 years I've been recording music. Yeah. So I recorded my first song with my step cousin who's got a rap group called Dirty Paper. He was actually my first ever interview. And yeah, that's just where it all started, bro. Like, this is my 8th interview, I think. Yeah.
Keep them going, brother. Number 8's a special number.
Yeah, sometimes I have said, like, I've got to stop these interviews because I'm not getting enough interviews. But the thing is, that's just the way it is. Some people don't want to jump on it. That's all good. I've got no problem with that. I'll still give you some love to your music and stuff like that. But I probably won't share your music no more, do you? I think I might have just started a bit of a conflict right there. But oh well, I just say whatever I want to say. So.
I hope you fit this t-shirt, my brother. You should do, eh? It's large. Right. Should be able to fit it, eh?
Yeah, bro, you should be able to fit that, man.
We'll chuck the link in the thing.
Yeah, I'll make sure to do that.
We'll chuck the link to our Prince Mighty shop. There's quite a variety of gear, so have a look. And yeah, like thought we'd gift the bro, but we've got to bounce anyway. So thank you very much, Joe, for having us.
Appreciate you coming out for a second time. Like, you reliable fellas, so I respect that.